Now on KSNT News.
It was like taking my whole check away from me.
A quick financial fix or the start of a vicious cycle. Lawmakers say they want to transform the payday loan process. We explain how. But first, we've seen rain and now ice, and eventually snow will be on the way. And that's where we start tonight. The winter weather won't let up for hours, and we're ready to bring you the latest updates as soon as they happen. Thanks for joining us. I'm Molly Pat. We've got our whole team dedicated to keeping you in the know. Our reporters are busy watching the road conditions and finding out how your city is responding. We'll check in with all of them in just a minute. But first, our Storm Track weather team has been watching this storm system for days now. Chief Meteorologist Matt Miller is standing by with Gabriela Gomez. And you both have been tracking this very closely. What do the next couple hours look like?
Well, you actually get a little bit of a break. That's the good news. We have a lull in between the two systems. Let's take a look at what we do have. Right now, the first round of this system is moving on through. And as it moves on through, we catch a little break. That precipitation came through initially as rain and thunderstorms transitioned over to freezing rain. And we have a lot of elevated surfaces with ice in the trees, power lines, rooftops, things like that. And we did get some accumulating snow over the far northwestern counties today. That's round one. As we look at the cold air moving in, we're seeing very cold temperatures already in the lower 20s to the north and west, upper 20s to low 30s farther to the east and southeast. In some areas, still at or above freezing to the southeast. Wind chills are even colder, feels like single digits and teens over most of the area right now. As we look ahead, these strong northerly winds really don't let up a whole lot tonight. We have that gusty wind, and that's going to become problematic as we look at what we're anticipating as we look ahead through the night. The temperatures fall down into the teens, only rising back into the 20s tomorrow. So tomorrow's round two of this system, will likely come in with scattered snow showers late in the night, but then a round of snow in the morning, hitting generally the central and southeastern half to 2/3 of the area tomorrow. Notice it does not impact the western and northwestern counties tomorrow. That'll move on through, and with that, the accumulation we expect, obviously no more in the northwest, but a dusting to 2 inches of snow could include maybe as far west as Manhattan and Junction City to about Wamego on up to Seneca, 2 to 4 for Emporia, Topeka, Oskaloosa, Atchison, and 3 to 6 from Lawrence to Burlington to Ottawa and Garnett. As that cold air comes in, very cold wind chills, very strong wind, and that's been the thing that meteorologist Gabriela Gomez has been watching throughout the afternoon. We have that strong wind for tonight, so possibly some blowing snow. How does the wind speed look like overnight, Gabby?
Yeah, like Matt already said, we're already seeing these strong winds, and they're not going to let up anytime soon either. Already going to be seeing maybe 20 to 25 miles an hour heading into the next couple of hours. Further on into the night, they don't really let up either. We're still going to see maybe 15 to 20, could see spots close to 30-mile-an-hour winds coming straight from the north as we head towards tomorrow morning. So that's going to cause an issue with that blowing snow, and they really don't start to let up until after this system moves on out, and they'll start to taper off later on tomorrow evening. Now tackle those winds on top of this colder air, and it's going to feel a lot colder as we go throughout the next 24 hours. Overnight tonight, wind chill values drop down to single digits, if not below zero, is what it could feel like tomorrow morning, and really at best you might feel like teens tomorrow afternoon. Big issue with this overnight is going to be those roadways as our temperatures continue to fall and get to around freezing and below that. Wind chill values again below zero. It's going to cause an issue for those roadways, and we have KSNT News reporter Reyna Garcia out there tracking these road conditions. Reyna, what are you seeing?
Well, Gabby, you guys are right. It's definitely getting colder out here and very windy. Now, I was driving all around southeast Topeka earlier, and the roads didn't feel too slick, mostly just wet from all of that rain that we saw earlier, but things are starting to freeze up. For example, my side mirror was just starting to freeze up for the short amount of time that I've been here, so I'll definitely have to get that scraped off before I hit the roads again. But I did see some road treatment crews out here dropping some sort of treatment mixture, so that's a pretty good indication that these roads will get pretty slick as we go through the night. But to explain more about those road treatment plans, I'll send it over to KSNT News reporter Mackenzie Davis.
Yeah, Reyna, we've been talking to officials all over Northeast Kansas about how they treat the roads. Places like Manhattan and Topeka are actually waiting to salt the roads until they start freezing. That's because the salt would wash away in the rain. Now, road crews have been treating a few bridges today. In the meantime, they suggest driving carefully and giving yourself some time when it comes to traveling
if you have to be on the roads. And Molly, they say be especially careful, just like Gabriella was saying, on the residential and less traveled roads, as they can cause the most problems for drivers. Live in Shawnee County, Mackenzie Davis, KSNT News.
All right, thank you, Mackenzie. Good advice there. Now, if you do have to get out and about tonight, there is a simple way to check the conditions before you leave. KSNT News digital reporter Tiffany Littler is live in the studio to show us how it all works.
That's right. Well, first thing you'll want to do is download the KSNT News mobile app. And then right now we've posted a link there where you can see how snow-packed the highways are. CanDrive has a detailed map that shows you which roads are closed or covered in the snow. Now the roads covered in purple, that means the roads are completely covered in snow or ice. And you can see that's the case for several areas up in our area around Manhattan and Junction City. Now highways north of Westmoreland are in the blue. Now that means the roads are partially covered. Right now highways marked near Topeka are brown, and that means seasonal, so roads aren't that too packed yet, but you still want to be careful. Now we've posted a link for you to get a closer look as well as see when the city of Topeka will treat your roads. That's all up on our website, ksnt.com. Tiffany Littler, KSNT News.
And we also checked in with Shawnee County Emergency Management today. Officials say they plan to watch the weather closely throughout the night as well. If you have to leave your house, there are a few things to keep in mind.
If they absolutely have to get out, stay informed, be prepared, drive safely, slow down, wear your seatbelt, and just be safe.
And they also say to have backup sources of light like candles and flashlights in case your power does go out. And we're already seeing some outages roll in. Here's a live look at Evergy's online outage map that's updated minute by minute. Hundreds are in the dark right now, and crews aren't really sure when they'll get everything fixed. We've got a link to this map on our website for you as well. And we've seen stores jam-packed with people trying to get those last-minute items before the weekend with this winter weather. KSNT News reporter Hannah Brandt joins us live from a store in Topeka now. Hannah.
Yeah, Molly, it really has died down here at this Dillon's just a little bit now. But earlier on, scoring one of these was like winning the grocery store lottery because there just weren't that many to be had. Shoppers told me that everyone was filling the parking spaces. Again, it was hard to get these carts and things were just flying off the shelves. So some of them didn't even quite get what they came for. But it was a hectic scene as people rushed to the grocery store to try and beat the winter weather. Here's what shoppers told me about.
Yeah, it's pretty packed. I noted myself how busy it was in there, and you kind of just have to watch your back and share the aisles, you know.
Millions.
There's no carts, so obviously it's really busy in there.
There's like 10 people in each aisle.
We were looking for some turkey bacon, and there was no turkey bacon.
No turkey bacon?
No turkey
was that
bacon.
surprising?
It was surprising.
Yeah.
And some of their shelves were pretty getting empty.
I just had to get dinner. I was coming back from a trip, and so I was racing this little bit of a storm, it looks like.
And when I asked people exactly what they're cooking, they ranged from things like queso and chili and soup, all of those good things that you want to settle down with when it's cold inside. Although I haven't been invited to any game day cookouts yet, so I'm still waiting on that. Live from Topeka, Hannah Brandt, KSNT News.
Yeah, Hannah, we'll have to figure that out for you next time. I know I went earlier for one thing and it was kind of a mistake. It was very busy. And we've also had lots of closings and delays rolling in all day because of the weather. You can see those at the bottom of your screen right now. You can also find the list on our website. Just click on the banner at the top of our homepage. And remember, you can get around-the-clock updates by downloading our Storm Track weather app. There you can also send us your weather photos that we may use on air. Well, payday loans, they get you money fast, but some lawmakers say something needs to be done to keep the aftermath from leaving people broke. We'll explain the new plan in the works.
Later in sports, we'll preview the weekend for K-State and KU, plus how the Chiefs plan to stop Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. That's coming up in about 15 minutes as KSNT News continues.